Good day. Welcome to Mayorkings TV News. I am Matu Okwemitorisha, and here are the headlines. Nigerian Army arrest officer who gunned down 16-year-old protester in Kaduna. Tinubu appoints heads of NSIPA and other agencies under humanitarian ministry. Warri South empowerment of warriors from Agbatayeniro's administration. Warri Brand Committee move against a discriminate dumping of waste in Warri. Nigerian protesters arrested for waving Russian flag. CBN approves Unity Providence Bank's merger arrangement. Aris and WOW's hold rally together as new democratic ticket. Paris Olympics. Toby Amusa into women's 100-meter hurdle semi-finals. Here are the news in details. The Nigerian Army has confirmed the arrest of its personnel who gunned down a 16-year-old boy, Ishmael Mohammed, during the ongoing End Bad Governance and protest in Kaduna State. News reports stated that the young boy was killed on Tuesday when the troops of the Nigerian Army stormed the Samaru community in Zaria to disperse the protesters. The security operatives were enforcing a curfew earlier imposed on the ancient city by the Kaduna State government. Confirming the incident, the NA in a statement issued on Tuesday night by a spokesperson, Oyema Wanchuko, said the officer responsible for the incident has been arrested. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of 7 persons to head agencies and programs under the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. Agwain Ngali, Tinubu spokesperson, disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday. The appointments include Chief Executive Officer for the National Social Investment Program Agency, Badamasi Lawal, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Lami Bello, Program Manager, National Social Safety Net Coordinating Officer, Fumilola Olotu. Others are Program Manager, Grants for Vulnerable Groups, Aishat Olubankadi, Program Manager, Homegrown School Feeding, Aderemi Adebuwale, Program Manager, National Cash Transfer Office, Abdullahi Imam, and Executive Secretary, National Commission for People with Disabilities, Ayuba Gufwan. The President tasked the new appointees to facilitate the needed relief to Nigerians and ensure the effectiveness of humanitarian and social development programs. This comes after the suspension of Dr. Betta Edu as minister 8 months ago over the scandal surrounding the transfer of 585.189 million to a private account. Edu's suspension came after Alima Shehu was also suspended as the national coordinator of the National Social Investment Program Agency over the alleged misappropriation of 40 billion naira. Meanwhile, the public is yet to know the outcome of an investigation by the anti-graft agencies on Edu and Shehu. Warri South Council Supervision for Human Capital Development, Mrs. Nisa Eke, who made the disclosure today, Tuesday, August 6th, while addressing newsmen shortly after the maiden Executive Council meeting of the Comrade Agbatayeniro's administration, noted that no fewer than 20%, 1 per ward, will be sponsored for aviation training by the Council, with the arrangement also at the advanced stage to provide soft loan for traders across the major news in Warri. The news stated that 15 widows from each of the 20 DSIEC wards, 100 people with disabilities, PWDs, and 100 youths will be given financial empowerment and trained in various skills by the Comrade Wenyi Agbatayeniro's administration within the next few weeks. Eke explained that the 100 people with disabilities, PWDs, comprise 5 per ward, some as the 100 youths that will be given financial lifeline for their micro businesses and skill acquisition. Warri South Council Supervisor for Health, Honorable Dedua Gift Essay, who also briefed newsmen on the outcome of the ESCO meeting, stated that needs assessment of the Council's health centres will be conducted immediately with a view to identify aspects of the health centres requiring upgrade for improved primary healthcare delivery. It further said that all projects approved at the just concluded EXCO meeting would hopefully kickstart by the 15th of this month, August, as promised by the chairman during his electioneering campaign. Members of the Warri Brand Committee have begun moves to stop indiscriminate dumping of waste along major roads and streets in Warri, as well as pedestrian lanes within communities in Warri South Local Government area. Chairman of the Warri Brand Committee, Dr. Onejego Okeogene Mabis, who made this disclosure today, Tuesday, August 6th, after a meeting held by the members of the committee at Warri South Council Main Secretariat in Warri, said plans were in top gear to embark on extensive enlightenment campaigns. Dr. Onejego noted that members of the committee were particularly miffed with the manner in which owners of commercial and private vehicles throw refuse along major roads and streets in Warri. While on transit, saying the Comrade Wayini Isaac Agbatayiniro's administration resolved to brand Warri for increased local and foreign investments begins with environmentally friendly city. Whilst noting that members of the committee have been detailed to commence the enlightenment of campaigns in public and private schools, faith-based organizations, as well as direct engagements with committee and opinion leaders. Dr. Onejego warned that residents of Warri who dump refuse indiscriminately henceforth will face the full weight of the law. He explained that the committee will work with the Warri South Council Environment Department to action the mandate, revealing that strategic conversation was ongoing to clean up Igbudu Market Warri and open up internal roads within the market as part of the Warri brand project. About 40 persons have been arrested in northern Nigeria for waving Russia's national flag during the protest against the high cost of living and what they feel is bad governance. Amidst the crackdown, Chief Army Christopher Musa warned that it is a treasonable offense to fly the flags of foreign countries. Nigeria has seen 6 days of nationwide protests in which at least 7 people have died and more than 700 have been arrested. Demonstrators have been chanting slogans such as "We are hungry," while a minority have been pictured waving Russia's flag and voicing support for Russian President Vladimir Putin. According to local media, some of these protesters have called on Moscow to rescue them. The subsequent arrest is seen as an attempt to stifle any fledgling support for Russia in Nigeria, a leading oil producer and a key ally of Western powers. Tinubu has urged frustrated Nigerians to be patient, insisting his policies would bear fruit. The Russian embassy in Nigeria has distanced itself from the demonstration, saying that the flags were the personal choices of the protesters. On the business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has given a nod for the merger arrangement between Unity and Providus Bank. The bank spokeswoman, Mrs. Akami Sidi Ali, gave the indication in Abuja last night. A statement by Sidi Ali stated that the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has granted approval for a pivotal financial accommodation to support the proposed merger between Unity Bank PLC and Providus Bank Limited. The merger is consequent upon the financial support from the CBN. The fund will be instrumental in addressing Unity Bank's total obligations to the central bank and other stakeholders. Furthermore, it is important to emphasize that no Nigerian bank currently faces a precarious situation comparable to that of the Heritage Bank, which was recently liquidated. The CBN remains committed to safeguarding depositors' interest and ensuring the smooth functioning of the banking sector through proactive measures and strategic interventions. The CBN's decision underscores its dedication to maintaining financial stability and promoting confidence in the banking system during this transformative period. Now, foreign news. Tim Walz touted his rural roots and said Donald Trump would take the US backwards as he appeared for the first time as Kamala Harris' running mate at a raucous Democratic Party rally. At the event in Philadelphia on Tuesday night, the party's new nominee for vice president said that Republican rivals in November's election were wed as hell. The Minnesota governor spoke in front of thousands of supporters just after he was announced as Ms. Harris' pick for the role. The Trump campaign, meanwhile, was quick to attack Mr. Wiles as a dangerously liberal extremist. At the rally in the key swing state of Pennsylvania, Ms. Harris, currently the U.S. Vice President, said she and Mr. Wiles were the underdogs in what is expected to be a close election, but had the momentum. Mr. Wiles then recounted his small-town roots in Nebraska and his career as a National Guardsman and teacher before attempting to draw a contract with Trump. Ms. Harris and Mr. Wiles have just launched a 5-day tour of key battleground states. They will also speak at the Democratic National Convention, which runs from 19th to 22nd August in Chicago. Now on sports. Toby Amusan began a quest for a podium finish in the 100 meters women hurdles event by winning a heat in a time of 12.49 seconds and qualifying for the semi-finals. Amusan, who is the current world record holder, was quicker than the US Alicia Johnson in second with 12.61 seconds and Janek Brown in 12.84 seconds in heat 1. The time meant Amusan finishes as the second overall fastest qualifier behind the defending Olympic champion, Puerto Rico Jasmine Camacho Quinn. Meanwhile, Nigeria is yet to win a medal at this year's Olympic. Recap on our headlines. Nigerian Army arrests officer who gunned down 16-year-old protester in Kaduna. Tinubu appoints heads of NSIPA, other agencies under humanitarian ministry. Warri South empowerment of warriors from Agbatayiniru's administration. Warri Brand Committee move against indiscriminate dumping of waste in Warri. Nigerian protesters arrested for waving Russian flag. CBN approves Unity, Providus Bank's merger arrangement. Harris and Wiles hold first rally together as new Democratic ticket. Toby Amusan into women's 100-meter hurdles semi-finals. That's the news as edited by Imalu Taniela. I am Matiu Okwemitorisha.